So this is the New Year stuff. It's 1 a.m. in India. So if you're watching it from anywhere that's west to India, you still haven't, you are not, you're still in 2024 and I'm in 2025. So yeah, I'm speaking to you from the future. So Happy New Year, first of all. Um, and I wanted to record this call. It's before I am jumping on with my, teammate on a training call where we'll be training about cold calling, openers and rebuttals, and then clarity, mindset, approach, and the tonality, attitude. We'll be training about that, and also we'll be discussing more about automations for the clients and the workflows. He has something prepared, so we'll be going through that. I wanted to take this opportunity to share something that I think would benefit a lot of people. If you are anywhere in the journey where I was, 3, 4 years back, um, one thing that is negative about me in throughout the journey, one thing that I now look back and see that was negative, was I was way too slow in breaking the limiting beliefs and getting to the next stage. And the reason I was slow is because I thought that I can skip these steps and get to the final stage, and I tried to pull that final stage up, which I could not, right? So I failed in doing that in the meantime because I was impatient, because I did not, I was looking for instant gratification. I had to anyways go through that stage. So today I was talking to someone and I had this, I saw this limiting belief in them, in that person, and I thought that this is such amateur thinking which I had before, and I wanted to share this as a good topic to talk about beginning of the year. So if you are in any of these stages, where I can categorize these stages into 4 stages so far, and I'm sure there's going to be multiple stages moving ahead as well. But breaking the, it's like a dam, and then now 2025 is going to be my year where the limiting beliefs are taken care of. It's broken. The skills stack is there. The attitude, the mindset, the perspective, the focus, and the purpose is there. Basic foundation of reputation is built up, so there is nothing else that's stopping from further growth. And also like detachment from the expectations and focusing more on um, the process oriented stuff and adding more impact and value. So I think that's a very good mixture that I am sitting on right now. So if I look back now, 4 years back, I was looking to get this version of me back then. And now if I restart, with all this information, if I could restart, then I could absolutely get to this level in like 6 months, 8 months time. Uh, it was not impossible. So, but the thing is that, if you are anywhere in these 4 stages, then you need to focus on the next stage, not the final stage. So the first stage that I was in was more like identification and self-realization. So what I am right now, what is my identity? What is my skill set? What is the deficit in me? What do I need to achieve? Which direction should I pursue, and which direction should I not pursue? These were the things that was the first stage. Once I got into that stage, second stage was execution and making sure that execution is the second nature. It took a long time for me to get into that rhythm because executing, like starting the process, that's where the most amount of limiting beliefs are. If you are anywhere like me, where we I did not have much more exposure to communication with random people. So picking up the phone, even like inbound leads, talking to them, that was a big hurdle for me to give clarity to the other person. So that these are the skill stacks that you need to take, and to get to that skill stack, it is going to take execution in massive levels. So if I could, if you can start focusing on execution instead of getting focused on like the outcome of that execution, and getting to that identity that, what, I'm the owner, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, and like trying to bring that and skip the execution step, you will never get that, and you know it, but still you somehow try to like remove the reality, and then skip the step somehow, if it makes sense. I'm sure you can relate with it. So if you're like, yes, I want this, I want that, and I know I can do it, And there is no doubt in that. Like you have the capacity, but even I had the capacity to get to this point, which I am in right now, but it should not have taken so long. Right? And the reason it took so long is because I skipped execution for a long time. And when I talk about execution, that's like the second stage, right? Just getting to start, like start this and consistently stick to it, even though you should know that in the first like maybe like 100 hours, nothing is gonna, you might not even get any results. But if you are really putting the effort and making sure that you know all the, you're focusing on getting these skill stacks, then eventually the outcome of it is getting to the next stage. So now next comes the next stage. Next stage is more like, okay, now you have realized yourself, your weaknesses and strengths, the gaps to be filled. Next, you have started execution on this, and the third step is to diversify your execution. So now you have basic skill set in place. Now on top of it, you need to add more bonuses, which will give you that additional edge in perspective, not in anything else, like not in money, not in network, not in respect. It more about perspective. So, for example, in my life, I have traveled. In my life, I have traveling was there. Um, Graphic designing, animation, 3D animation, video editing, starting a YouTube channel like long back, right? Um, and then affiliate marketing, sales. So all these skill sets, customer support, right? And being a customer representative. So all these skill stacks collectively makes the perspective of a customer journey, right? So now it's not just one specific part, it's like the multiple customer journey. And in that process, minute skill stacks like, copywriting, and then persuasion, and understanding the other person, like this, that is the biggest aspect. So these skills now collectively make sense. Individually did not make sense at all. Why? Like people used to ask me, why are you doing all these things? Because right now I can look back and I have a perspective that not many can match that. So if you are in the skill stacking process now, you are in the third stage, right? So the next third is next stage, sorry. So the next stage is adding bonuses on skill stacking, right? So other various different things that might not be the same exact thing, but which can add to it. So for example, Steve Jobs as well. I just saw this example, so I think it can be relatable. So even Steve Jobs, like the calligraphy, he did a calligraphy course, right? And that's the reason, MacBooks have like that cursive and different types of fonts and stuff. So, calligraphy could be added there. So everything works out like, eventually is beneficial. So you can add that perspective to something else, and that can give you immense depth. For me personally, graphic designing, like, thumbnail design, graphic designing, understanding how the other person will look at it and what vibe is that giving out, and that came from graphic designing, right? So everything adds up to a certain level. Now, that being said, that's the third stage. And the final stage is like, getting into the deals, like making the deals possible, putting something together and then finding people and then influencing, learning influence, building a team out, getting some results in, showcasing yourself and increasing confidence inside of you, like by actually getting some results done in the real world. So these are the four stages, right? This doesn't have to take like 4 years. I'm super slow, don't be me, right? So look at me as like an example of what not to be, right? Like the time frame. So that's not something that is normal. I know for a fact that if I can get a free slate right now, like blank slate, and I'm given someone who is coming in with the same intensity, same ambition, and same impatience, but just listens to me, then we can get to that same level in 8 months, right? So I could have saved like 3 years, 4 months, um, and of course a huge number of money, huge number of huge so many hours could be saved. That's stage four, right? So, and then once you are in stage four and do that for like quite some time, then automatically people start reaching out to you. Automatically, you see some deal flow coming in. You see respect being showered to you because you demand that, and you don't have to say it out loud. People will recognize it because of the person that you will become. So. These are the four stages. So in this 2025, I wish you like an immense jump, and I want to just make it clear, like if anyone, I have a lot of audience which is like beginners, youngsters. So I just wanted to share this out. Even if you like, if you, it's like, first year, for you, or you're just starting out, then if you can look at it in this way, that these are the four stages, and realize that, okay, am I in stage two or stage one or stage three? Where am I? Right. So even if you are just starting out, or even if you're still stuck in stage one for, and the stage one is the most important part. You need to absolutely be honest about yourself. If you do not complete stage one, and if you skip any of these stages, then you cannot get to the next stage. Like you think you are in stage four, but you're not in stage four because you have skipped something in the first stage. And the first stage is the most important because that gives you direction and clarity. So, for example, when I was in stage one, I knew that, okay, you know what? I don't know how to speak to people. I don't know how to pick up the phone and, say what. I don't even know what to learn. I don't know what I don't know. Like there's a lot of things that I don't know, right? And I am ashamed of, a lot of things. I'm not confident enough. I don't have that capacity to have conversations with a random stranger. That's 4 years back. So even someone works in my team right now who, he works with me as a teammate, but there was a time when I learned from him. Like I took like a 1 hour session because I saw that he knows that thing that I don't know. And I had the humility, like I was really humble, and I asked him, hey bro, like, can you tell me, how do you exactly do it? How do you look at this other person and how do you have that conversation? I took a 2 hour course, like a training from him, if you can say, to understand the psychology and these, parts of that conversation making. That was 2021 June, right? And so now it's so easy for me. So it's absolutely possible if you have the reputations and if you have the hours. It's not about days, it's about hours. So how many hours can you put? That's how fast you will grow. But if you first of all ignore the stage that, hey man, oh, I know everything, I should be that, I should be this, I should get that. Why? You don't deserve it. You should actually deserve to get something. If you don't deserve and you are not having the humility to tell yourself, I'm not good at it yet, then you will never be in the next stage, right? Even if you push and pursue the entire word that, yeah, I'm in stage two, but you're not. You still have to realize and be honest about, brutally honest about yourself in the stage one. So now in this 2025, understand which stage you are in, and then execute at an immense speed so that you can realize, okay, these are the four stages, and that's how I should go ahead. And document the entire process because it really helps you in giving trust to people who you do business with. Because people don't know you, but still they want to do business with you. But if you really help them out, if you really want to help yourself and your team and them out to actually trust you, then do share your progress, even though how boring it is. Still, it's not to gain a million followers. It's to get someone to know you in the easiest way possible in 2024, 2025, right? So, uh, yeah, so even if you start from scratch, even if you're in stage one for the last 3 years, just need to understand that getting to stage four takes maximum like 6 months. It should not take more than that. And when I say 6 months, it's because it's about hours. Again, if you put 12 hours a day consistently with the right intention, in the right direction, with humility that I don't know and I will have to learn it without expectation of anything, then you can get to, if you can put 12 hours. Now you have to analyze that. Have I put 12 hours consistently for 6 months? If you do it, there's nothing like I can absolutely vouch for it that you will be in a level where people will reach out to you because today it's so much easy. I've realized it so much easy to actually add value, actually add impact because not everyone is dedicated to that level. So have the intention. I think if you have the intention, it really worked out well for me so far. And I'm sure that it's going to be adding more and more value to my life, to my team's life, to my family, and the people I work with and their family as well. So it's all about impact. And I wish a really great 2025 for every one of you. Off to a really good start, I must say. I'm really grateful. And I'm looking to add as much positive impact to the world at a global scale, global level, as much as possible. So we are going to be working with a lot of clients, and I'm going to be giving like 100% of me and my team's effort, and I'm going to be, bringing more and more people, employ more and more people into this system and showcase the journey even more with more transparency. Appreciate all the support so far, and if you have watched it this far, once again, thank you, and really amazing 2025 waiting for you. From the deepest depth of my heart, I wish you and your family an amazing Happy New Year. Cheers.